In the last episode, I got the wave of my life in the Ments. After getting that wave, I was going to retire from surfing for a bit. My plan was to go to Bali, rent a motorbike, take it to Lombok, and climb a volcano. That plan quickly changed when people started saying the swell of the year was on its way. I was super low on money after the Ments, so I needed to go on the cheapest surf trip ever. The first expense of this trip was fuel. I spent $30K. I rented this motorbike from the airport in Denpasar for $60,000 per day. About $4 US. This first ferry from Bali to Lombok costs about $200K with a motorbike. 25K, fire. If you take the night ferry, you also save money because you don't have to pay for a place to sleep. Day one, $20. 2 a.m., just pulled over, put this jacket on. I was getting kind of cold. 4 a.m. now, $70K for the next ferry. Sumbawa. Saya suka surfing. Woo. Only 1 hour. Boat to myself. Quail. I picked up this bag of quail eggs for $10K. About 75 cents. We got to see a really nice sunrise hitting Rinjani, foreshadowing where we'll be in a few days. I was super stoked to be on a new island. There's goats everywhere, a bunch of cows, beautiful landscapes, all super undeveloped, horse-drawn carriages, beautiful scenery, and giant lizards. You don't find this in Canggu. Sick little wave with Rinjani in the background. Hey boys. Oh my gosh, this thing is so gnarly. Day 2, $34. Ow. I rented a board and it was time to rest up for tomorrow. Birds are chirping. It's time to go get the wine. That homestay that I stayed at was about $300K per night or 20 bucks. The board I rented was $100K per day or about $6. It's always fun pulling up solo to a new spot that you've never surfed. You gotta kind of suss things out, figure out the vibe. I watched it for a bit, had a coffee, then the tide dropped and it started to pump. It was fully on and people were getting stand-up tubes. Carol?
We're fucking Walmart. Very good.
After seeing so many people get sick ones, it was finally my turn. And I absolutely cooked it. Then I waited again and an absolute bomb came to me. And I cooked it. I knew this guy wasn't gonna make it, so I sent it pretty late and kind of made the drop, but then got axed by the lip. At least on this one, I finally made a drop and made the first section, but this guy kind of foam balls me. I end up pulling in, getting a pretty nice vision, but I'm still too deep. Again, way too deep. I'm just trying to figure out this spot, and I'm clearly suffering, hitting the reef, getting worked, taking my time figuring out this new spot, figuring out this new board. Another guy foam balls me, and I get slammed. I hit the reef like every time I fell pretty much, but luckily I was hitting on my back where I was protected with my rashi. This wave was sick. This kid was screaming as he came out of the barrel and kept telling everyone in the lineup that that was the best wave of his life. This guy sticks a crazy late drop and then still makes it into the barrel. The tide was starting to get low and I still hadn't really gotten a proper one, so I started kind of picking off these inside ones, but a lot of people had that same idea. Got a really nice vision here, but was just a little bit too deep, unfortunately. It had slowly become an absolute barrel fest, and I wasn't really involved, so I needed to try to change that. Come on, bud, get involved, just surf. Firing. Super suck. Didn't get the wave of my life, but I made a nice little barrel. Calling it while I'm ahead. This thing saved me. Shout out to Waihana. I hit the reef like on every wipeout, and I was just keeping my feet up in the air and just letting the Rashi take the blows. And so I'm leaving Super Sucks cut free. Just gonna paddle in the channel, play it safe. I gotta go work on a yacht, so I gotta play it super safe. But I'm gonna go to Scar Reef. You're using electricity to catch the shrimp? On tap! Wow. Pretty busy actually. Had my chance on a couple bombs. It fully started doing it for a bit there. Grabbed some fire grub for like 30K, and then it was time to hit Scar Reef. Time to go climb Rinjani. Something about Indo is I just leave my stuff all over the place. Key in the moto. That no. This is goat? Apparently this is a goat. That's good goat. Where is everybody? Hello, bang. Where you go? Lombok. Lombok. Here, Lombok. Rinjani. Here to Rinjani, 1 hour, 2 hours. Okay. It's like a little puzzle. Everyone's got to get out. We're going into this little town to sleep for the night. It's definitely starting to get a little bit colder up here. Drove straight uphill for like an hour. These boys saved my life. I was so cold and had nowhere to sleep, and they made me cup noodles. I've been wearing shoes. Crazy. It's 1 a.m. The boys plugged me. They gave me lettuce, some nuts, some martabak. I just had a pop me. This is the crib. Early start the next day to start climbing Rinjani. This was the most expensive part of the trip, but it was kind of a side quest, so I'm not really counting it for the cheapest surf trip ever section of the video. But just so you know, it costs about $100 for the 2-day trek. Make sure you do take into account tipping your porter in your budget. Hello, guys. Kamu kuat. You okay? Woo! Oh my gosh. Ew. Made it to our camp for the evening. Pretty gnarly push at the end there. Clearing up a little bit. My feet were starting to definitely feel the effects of the rock and sliding, and these small pebbles were just kind of brutal. Above the clouds. I think we're probably at like 2,000 meters. So we got another 1,000 for the summit up there in the clouds. Found out that the porters only make 250K a day, which is just brutal. Not even $20 a day to just be grinding. It's so gnarly carrying that stick. So busy. Terima kasih. Breakfast in bed. I sort of took my time and did a nice stretch and let my group go ahead without me. 2 a.m. We're just getting started. Full moon is so bright. No need to even use my headlamp. On the edge. If you end up doing this hike, be super careful on the edge of the volcano. There's just that one super sketchy section that you need to take your time on. Rinjani! Where is everybody? Last bit is a nice little push for sure. Rocky and sandy. So you really got to make sure you're like kicking your toe in, almost like boot packing in snow. But at the end there, dusted kind of everyone. Where is everybody? Wait, we're up here already? After enjoying the sunrise from the summit, it was time to begin the trek back down. Hello guys! Volcano inside a volcano. It's pretty cool, you got these volcano monkeys. I had a really nice group that I did this trek with. We had one guy from China and 2 from France. I probably should have properly tied up my shoes instead of just leaving them like tucked in. Cause yeah, they got full of this volcanic ash. Before the hike, I wrote down some things I wanted to burn and leave behind in Rinjani, so I had a little ceremony to do that. Packing up. Just like that, boys, we're out of here. Bye, Rinjani. We love Rinjani. And we love the porters of Rinjani. These boys graphed. It's insane what these guys do in just their flip-flops. They're insanely fit. They have knees of steel. They basically run down the mountain after. And somehow they never fall or never drop their porter stick. I was snail speed compared to them. Good girl. Good girl. Really, really sick one. Finishing it out barefoot. Just had our final little mi goreng feed. The boys make such nice, beautiful little feeds for you. Always tip your porter. And yeah, now I'm gonna get back to my homestay, take a shower, grab my luggage, grab my moto, and head straight to the ferry. Going to Bali tonight. I want you boys to know you can overcome any challenge. Later, Rinjani. We're out of here. No, not this one. Damaged.
How
Let's
about
see.
this? It's good.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying this flavor just for you, bro. Just for you, because you recommended crunchy, milky berry. Let's see. Right after I finished the trek, I drove straight to the ferry because it was my sister's birthday the next day in Bali. On top, the boys. This was definitely the roughest ferry of the trip, and I was the last one on there. And we're back in Bali. Bali, Bali, Bali. Oh. I think the ferry took quite a bit longer than expected. That's normal. Pretty rough spot, but I slept super well actually. Beautiful little morning, but tide's too low and yeah, it's basically flat. No one out at Karamas. Days 4 and 5, $27. Cheapest surf trip ever, $125. I wanted to quickly check out this other spot just in case it was fully doing it, and it looked fun. There was just a couple people out, but I didn't have a board and they actually didn't rent boards like I thought they did, and so it looked kind of almost doing it, but not quite. That's it for this mission. I sent it back to Bingin for Huli's birthday. See you guys in the next one.